GCSE physicists, today we are tackling the dreaded 6-mark practical question, okay? Now, you can find more information on this practical on my resources, which is on the My EdSpace website. And if you want to join my live lessons to learn more about these practicals, have a look at the link in the description below. So let's dive straight in. A student wants to investigate how the length of wire at a constant temperature affects its resistance. Describe a method a student could use to collect the required data. Now for these questions, I like to use the what are we going to do, how are we going to do it, and then extra info method. So I'm going to fill this out and then we're going to have a go at marking my answers against the mark scheme. So what are we going to do? We're going to change the length of the wire using crocodile clips. We're going to measure the length. We're going to measure the current. We're going to measure the potential difference, and then we're going to calculate the resistance. Right. How am I going to do all these things? I'm going to measure the length with a ruler. I'm going to measure the current with an ammeter. I'm going to measure the potential difference with a voltmeter. That's a voltmeter. Let's try that again. Voltmeter. And then I'm going to calculate the resistance using that equation right there. So this is my basic structure already. I've probably already got about 4 marks here. But if you look at the mark scheme, you've got like different levels. And quite often to reach that top level, to get 5 or 6 marks, we've got to give some additional information. Now, this is a question about electricity. The basic additional information we add about any question about electricity is turn the circuit off in between readings to prevent overheating. And then for any practical, I'm going to take 3 readings at each length and find the mean. So there we go. I reckon that I have written enough there for 6 marks. So let's have a look at the mark scheme and let's go through this answer. I've got the mark scheme here on my phone. So first of all, we've got measure length of wire using a ruler. Lovely. So that's my first mark right there. Length varied by moving the crocodile clips. Number 2. Current measured with an ammeter. Number 3. Potential difference measured with a voltmeter. Lovely. Then use V equals IR to calculate resistance. I've given it its rearranged form. That's absolutely fine. There are some other things in here in the indicative content that I haven't included, but that's fine. You don't have to include every single point. It's 6 marks. We're roughly going for about 6 points. Then, into the next bit to think about what we could have done with the extra information. We have got ensure circuit is disconnected in between readings. Lovely. That gives me my extra one. And we've also got repeat readings for current and potential difference for each length and mean values calculated. That would be this mark here. So that just shows you how you can use this very basic structure to inform what we write about required practical questions. I know they can be really tricky working out what you need to know, but you need to know what you're going to measure, how you're going to measure it, and then 2 to 3 pieces of extra information about how you should carry out that practical accurately and precisely. I really, really hope that you found this information useful about how to structure your 6-mark required practical answers. If you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Whilst you're there, you can have a look at the link for joining my live lessons. And if you'd like to learn more about these practicals, head to my resources on the My Edspace website. Thank you very much. Take care.